most people moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee make the exact same mistake. They look at the city, they find a suburb they like, and they stop there. But here's what they don't know. The real luxury and the best places to live in the Chattanooga area are the small towns just outside of Chattanooga. So in this video, I'm gonna rank the top 5 small towns in the greater Chattanooga area that have amazing luxury property available. And I'm saving my #1 pick for last, so make sure to watch to the end. Okay, coming in at number 5, we have Collegedale, Tennessee, and this is actually where I live. If you've never heard of Collegedale, you're not alone. It's kind of a lesser known area in the greater Chattanooga region, but you should pay attention to it because it is doing something very quietly impressive. Collegedale sits about 25 to 35 minutes from downtown Chattanooga, and it blends seamlessly in with Ottawa, which is the district that it's inside of. Collegedale's population is right around 13,000 people, and the median home price is just between $425,000 and $450,000. This puts the average price per square foot somewhere around $205. This is the lowest price per square foot of any of the towns on this list. But stay with me because there's more to the story. There are a lot of very nice neighborhoods in the area. One that's coming soon is Chastain by Empire Homes. There is also Greenbrier Cove here, which is one of the premier retirement communities in the area. It is a true age-restricted 55+ community, but it is very well done. The economic anchor of Collegedale is McKee Foods. They are the makers of Little Debbie. I'm sure you've seen Little Debbie snack cakes in gas stations or at Walmart or in pretty much every major grocery store in the United States. So what this means for buyers looking at the area is that you have a steady, corporate-backed tax base. This helps pay for a lot of the roads and amenities that make Collegedale such a great place. I've mentioned this in so many of my videos, but Collegedale has an amazing greenway that is a great place to get out and exercise. There are plenty of parks and places for recreation and for the family. There are pickleball courts, and in Collegedale there is Southern Adventist University, which comes with several great things that are open to the public. For example, you have miles of mountain biking and hiking trails on White Oak and Bauxite Mountains that are owned and maintained by Southern Adventist University. There are also disc golf course, and there's plenty of well-manicured land and concrete paths around the campus that are very nice to get out and exercise on. So the reason that this town comes in at number 5 on the list is not because there's anything wrong with it. It's great. I actually love Collegedale, but the other towns we're going to talk about have just a bit more of a premium You've Made It feel to them. Oh, one more thing that no one tells you about Collegedale, and I kid you not, multiple times a week you'll wake up and it smells just amazing outside. It smells like walking into an ice cream shop where they're making fresh waffle cones. That's probably the closest approximation to this smell I can give you. Definitely beats having a paper mill in your town. Hey, really quick, if you don't need help with your move to the greater Chattanooga area, skip this part of the video. But if you do, my name is Andrew Boyd. I'm a real estate agent in both Tennessee and Georgia, and I help people move to the Chattanooga, Tennessee area. So if you would like to get in touch, you can do so by booking a call with me through the QR code here on screen, or you can use the contact info in the description below. It's completely free, and hopefully it can help point you in the right direction. All right, let's get back to the video. Okay, moving on to number 4, we have Signal Mountain, Tennessee, and this town has a fantastic reputation. On the close end of Signal Mountain to downtown Chattanooga, you're about 15 minutes from downtown. Now, if you're a little bit further back on the plateau, you're gonna be about 25 to maybe even 30 minutes away from town. So what makes Signal Mountain great? Well, you're on top of the mountain with panoramic views of the Tennessee River Valley. There are plenty of wooded lots, there's acreage, and you've got the lifestyle that comes with living up there. Median home prices on top of Signal Mountain are around $700,000. So this is a significant jump up from the last small town we talked about. The average price per square foot up here is somewhere around $230. But if you're in more premium communities, you're gonna be pushing into the 300s. And for custom builds with views, you could be significantly higher. The luxury real estate on Signal Mountain is genuinely impressive, with communities like Flipper Bend being the flagship offerings up there. Flipper Bend is a beautiful, one-of-a-kind gated community with stunning views out over the Tennessee River Valley. One of the factors that draws residents to Signal Mountain are the public schools. Now, if you would like to know more about the schools there, I'd encourage you to check out greatschools.org or niche.com, where you can see real reviews, but this is a huge draw to the area. Another thing that makes Signal Mountain great and a bit of a rarity in the greater Chattanooga area is that everything you need for day-to-day life is up there on top of the mountain. So you have a full-size grocery store with just about everything you would need. You have gas stations, you have pharmacies, you have coffee shops, restaurants. There's everything you would really need right there on top of the mountain itself. Most mountaintops in the Chattanooga area do not have this, so I cannot stress this enough. This is a huge plus to living there. Now, on an honest side note, there are limited access points to get up and down Signal Mountain, and so if we have severe weather like ice storms or lots of fog, then there will be advisories that roll out about these roads, and sometimes with some of the smaller roads there are road closures when severe weather comes through. This is definitely something to keep in mind. Moving on to number 3 on the list, we have Lookout Mountain, Georgia. And yes, that's not a typo. I did say Georgia. Lookout Mountain actually spans both Tennessee and Georgia, and the Tennessee side is great as well, but for this video, we're talking about the town of Lookout Mountain on the Georgia side. So the population of the town of Lookout Mountain on the Georgia side is actually just around 1,700 residents. That is not a typo. This is one of the smallest and most exclusive communities on the entire list. And this scarcity and small size is what gives this place its premium status. So the median home price here is actually in the high $400,000 range, but this is a little bit misleading. This is the median on paper. And so why this is misleading is you have these older cottage style homes toward the center of the mountain. These are homes that don't necessarily have a great view. But if you're closer to the brow or anything with a view, you're going to be in the millions. The inventory on the brow tends to not move very frequently, and that's why you have this lower median price. Your drive time to downtown Chattanooga is going to be about 20 to 25 minutes. The town happens to be home to both Ruby Falls and Rock City, which are 2 of the biggest tourist attractions in the Chattanooga area. The Lookout Mountain Golf Club and the Fairylands Club are also up there in the town itself. I guess Lookout Mountain, Georgia is not a town, it's a city technically. Now, fairly close to the city of Lookout Mountain, Georgia, you do have Macklemore, which is one of the most prestigious and the best destinations for golf in the area. So if you want to be in a mountaintop community, you like golf, you enjoy views, then Lookout Mountain, Georgia could be a fantastic place for you to live. Moving on to number 2 on the list, which is Soddy-Daisy. Now, for some of you that are familiar with the area, you might be like, Soddy-Daisy, how is this a luxury pick? Well, let me explain. But first, Soddy-Daisy sits about 25 minutes northeast of downtown Chattanooga. So you can take 27 all the way up to Soddy-Daisy, and it's actually one of the most direct and least congested routes into downtown Chattanooga. The population of Soddy-Daisy sits right around 13,000 people, and the median home price is between $350,000 and $370,000. And yes, that looks pretty modest on paper, but here's what the luxury market is like on Soddy-Daisy. You have 2 segments of luxury there. Segment 1 is up on Mowbray Mountain. You have gorgeous brow view homes up there that sell at a premium while still having close access to downtown Chattanooga. And then segment 2 is on the lake. And I would venture to say that some of the lake property in Soddy-Daisy is some of the best lakefront property you can get in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area. There's potential for year-round deep water. There are still buildable waterfront lots here. There are plenty of luxury custom homes on the lake. And to be honest, if you're looking for waterfront access in the greater Chattanooga area, this would be one of the first places I would look. Now let's talk price points for these luxury homes. If you're looking at brow view homes, you're going to be in the $1 million plus range. If you're looking for lakefront homes with a dock and with year-round lake access, you're going to be probably north of 1.4 million. In addition, there is a golf course up on Mowbray Mountain, and there's some of the best rock climbing and bouldering in the area. So Soddy-Daisy really is an outdoor lover's paradise while still having close access to downtown, and all the grocery shopping and everything you really need is close by over in Hickson. So why is Soddy-Daisy not number 1 on the list? Well, that's because the town that beats it, in my opinion, is not just growing, it's being reinvented from the ground up. And that is Jasper, Tennessee. This is a town that most people moving to the Chattanooga area are not even considering. But I think that's a mistake because this area has several things going for it. But first, I want to give you a bit more context. So on the east side of Chattanooga, we have suburbs like Hickson, Ottawa, and there's even Cleveland, Tennessee, which is a city a little ways up I-75. All these are quite well known. They have growing populations. There's a lot of demand to be in these areas. But because of that, there's growing congestion, there's traffic issues getting to downtown. Jasper sits on the other side of Chattanooga. And so on the close end of Jasper, you're 25 minutes to downtown. On the far end, you're as far as 40 minutes from downtown Chattanooga. But this is about the same as if you were driving from Ottawa or Cleveland. So Jasper is a little ways out, and it's actually even across a time zone. So you're in Central Time there, not Eastern. It's in Marion County, and the population is right around 3,600 residents. So it's quite small still, but that population is being rewritten by what's happening in the mountains around Jasper. So the median price point in Jasper is exceedingly difficult to pin down because of the differences in what's available there. So down in the valley, you might be able to get a home for as low as $250,000, whereas up in some of the new luxury communities there, like Jasper Highlands or River Gorge Ranch, you could be looking at significantly more, and I mean significantly. And River Gorge Ranch right now, which is one of the premier gated communities in this area, you can literally buy a lot, just a lot, no house, for $1.3 million. Those are what some of the more expensive lots are selling for or are asking in the area. In Jasper Highlands, which is another master planned luxury gated community, the average selling price is approaching $1.6 million. To add to that, on Lake Nickajack, you have luxury communities like Crown Harbor, where you have waterfront homes in the $3 million range. This area is quietly becoming Chattanooga's new luxury hub, and it's being built from the ground up. So there you have it, 5 small towns with great luxury options near Chattanooga ranked. So if you're moving to the greater Chattanooga area and you want to talk through which one of these areas would be the best fit for your lifestyle, your income, and your goals, then that's exactly what I do. You can book a conversation with me by scanning the QR code here on screen or by clicking into the description and using the contact info there. If you made it this far in the video, YouTube thinks you might like some of these videos on screen. I make a ton of content on what it's like to live in the Chattanooga area. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.